Going through the ground?
I think so. Try moving.
And he spins around in circles. What?
No!
I finally died.
Is that someone that shot you?
I guess.
Hello everybody, I'm SnipingIsFun, and in today's quick little video I'm basically just going to be showing you another update to my video game collection, this time for the Super Nintendo, that I was able to pick up today when I was out with my mom and my cousin. We went to Gibraltar today, and if you've read the title of this video, you pretty much know what the game is by now, but I'm going to show you and tell you anyways, and that is Disney's Aladdin on the Super Nintendo, the one that was made by Capcom. Capcom made this game. Basically, we were out today. I wanted to go to Gibraltar mainly, to check out the little game booths they have there, which really there was only like 2 of them. Other booths did have a game here and there, like they had like that blue Wii system, and they had like an Xbox original and 360, and like someone had like a Wii DJ Hero and all that. But mainly only 2 booths had, actual games to them. One which was like filled with a million games from like PlayStation 1, Super Nintendo 64, like PlayStation 2 and the NES and the Game Boy, original Game Boy Advance, DS, Wii and all that, with posters everywhere. They had manga in there. They had like comic books in there. They had anime DVDs there, other DVDs. They had a ton of stuff there. They had comic books, I think, even. There was a big booth, like things all over the place. It was so crowded in there. You had to walk around the little aisles and everything. And then the other one was just a small little, they had like a few 64 and PS2s in there. They had like a Super Nintendo that actually had a Link to the Past in the system, which was about $60. We asked about what the price of that was, and if I got Link to the Past on its own, it would have been $25. I have that already on like the Game Boy Advance, but one day I want to try to go out and find and go and buy the original Super Nintendo version. So on so far like that. I was there. I looked at a few games. I wanted to see if I can get anything, and I picked up this. I mean, there was other games I was looking for, of course, for there. I wanted to ask for a price on Mortal Kombat 1, Mortal Kombat 3, what was the other game? Oh, Super Mario World, stuff like that. And, stuff like that, You see all the other games there. When I actually looked in the 64 case, it was like, there was, I think, like some Japanese Nintendo 64 game in there. Either it was a Japanese 64 game, or it had Japanese, text on it for some reason. It looked like a soccer game. I'm not fully sure. And basically all this other stuff. It was crowded in there. But and I also wanted to ask if they had Secret of Mana in there too, which they supposedly said they did, but they didn't. They said it was going to be like a high price anyways, and it was like in the back, so I really couldn't see it in the shelves or anything. But anyways, I'm not here to talk about Gibraltar and my time there, looking around all those stores and trying to go and get a game and look for games and everything. I want to specifically talk about Disney's Aladdin, and I don't know if I specified this in a previous video or not. I'm sure I have. This is a game I used to own on in my original Super Nintendo collection way back in the day when I was like a kid, growing up with the Super Nintendo in the 90s. Why I say 80s? I'm sorry, I'm not that old. I almost am that old. I'm almost from the 80s. I was born in the early 90s. It's just late now. I'm sorry. I'm kind of tired here. But that's about it. When I was originally playing the Super Nintendo in like the mid to late 90s, when I had my original Super Nintendo collection, and my first 2 Super Nintendos, like I said, my first one was destroyed because some kind of juice was spilt on it or something, and my second one I sold. And, the one I have now, which I've specified on numerous occasions, I got from my neighbor 2 years ago back in 2010. She gave it to me. I thank her for it, because now I'm able to build up my collection again. And my main goal in my new Super Nintendo collection is picking up a lot of games that I owned at the time, as well as here and there picking up games I never owned before, and stuff I want to try out, or maybe that I never owned, but I've rented, or I have never even played before. Maybe I heard of them, maybe I haven't even heard of them. You know, that kind of a thing. You know, I'm trying to build up with older games, which I have a lot of games in my collection right now that I used to own, or even at least played it to an extent somewhere, a friend or, you know, those kind of occasions, as well as picking up stuff that I've never played before because I want to try it out kind of a thing. And here we go, Disney's Aladdin, which I got for $17.99. We got it there for $17.99, like $18. There was 2 copies there. One was $18, one was $20, and you know the only reason why there was that $2 difference. I'm going to tell you why. It's kind of a stupid reason. I don't know how I can get. Although I'm happy because I didn't have to pay $20. You see this little flap right here? You know where the label is a little loose. Like it's a little loose. Just that little like tear, messed up in the label was enough for them to lower the price $2. Just because it's not like the label's not like in mint condition or something. You know, stuff like that doesn't really bother me because when I'm going back and buying old games for like the 64 or the Super Nintendo, or if I get a PlayStation 1 game or anything like that. But more so, let's talk about cartridge systems like the 64 and the Super Nintendo. If like the little label is messed up, it's not really that bothering me. I'm not going out there to try to get mint condition games. You never know, maybe in the future I'd like to get some of those. But I don't really care so much because as long as the game works, and this actually does because I was playing it earlier today and had fun doing it because this game is awesome. That's fine for me, and it doesn't look bad. You know, if you look at it just straight on, you don't even see any mess. You see the label. You see the label on the top. You see the cartridge, and inside where it sticks into the system and so forth. It looks good. It's like that little part right up there is not going to bother me. So I was like, yeah, you know what, $2, cool, save $2. But Disney's Aladdin, like I said, I used to own this game when I originally had the Super Nintendo. Me and my cousin, who was living with me at the time, beat this game, and now it's my time to actually try to beat it on my own. Which, playing it today, I was able to get to the genie world. You know, you have a friend like me kind of stage, like when you're bouncing off his head in the clouds, and you know his head's in the clouds and stuff like that. That's where, as far as I got to today. I beat all the Agrabah Street levels. I got through the Cave of Wonders. And that's where I left off at. And basically that's about it, you know. This is a fun game. It's a cool platform game. If you really want to see like a review on this game, I'll check out Nightwing's review when he did with I forgot who it was. She's from I forgot her name, I'm sorry. I'm gonna put it in like in the video description section. I forgot her name. He did a review with her. I know I'm gonna feel stupid when I actually look at her name because she's actually pretty well known throughout those. She's like on the Iron Gamer and stuff like that. You know, over there with that stuff. But that's basically it. You know, go check a review there. You never know. I might eventually do a review for this game. I have no idea. Like I said, I'm getting back to my review soon. You could expect that in 2012. Like I said, I'm going to start with Zelda. I just need to play it more often. I just haven't had an opportunity to really play it lately because my cousins were all over and so on and so forth like that. But I will give a review on that. And pretty much, I'm not just going to review Wii games. I'm going to go back to PS2, you know, DS, 3DS, you know, so on and so forth. I'm going to do old reviews like Super Nintendo 64 kind of a thing. But it is a fun platforming game. If you're a fan of like Capcom's older games or you know good platforming type games, I'd give this game a try. If you're a fan of Disney games in general, at least the older Disney games like Lion King and stuff like that, you know, you'd play this game too. Lion King was a good Disney, old school Disney type game as well, just like this. This is, you know, just a platforming game. You run around the levels, you throw apples at enemies. You get that cloth, you can like glide across the levels, which I don't know if I ever knew about that in the past or not totally sure, but it actually makes the game a lot easier. I don't know if I ever knew about it. If I did, I forgot. And you know, you go through, you fight bosses, and it's kind of like Mario in a sense. You run around, you jump on people's heads, but you can also throw stuff at them to stun them, which is the apple. You know, and you pick those up and so on and so forth. You know, good game. It's a good pickup. It's a good pickup for my gaming collection. And that's all I can say. I hope you guys like this video. Put in the comment section what you think about this game. Have you guys ever played Disney's Aladdin for the Super Nintendo? If you have, put in the comment section what you think. What you think about the game, and if you haven't, maybe ask me like what I like, if you think maybe you would be interested in it, and so on and so forth. And just put in the comment section what you thought about this video in general. And that's basically it. I'm SnipingIsFun. I hope you guys like this video. Peace. Please subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Have a nice day.